The Hackler Golf Course at Coastal is where Maxwell Trail, decided to do my practicum. How did I end up working at the Hackler? So, to start, it was with familiarity. I knew a lot of the people in the golf industry. I've been friends with a lot of the people in the golf program here at CCU since freshman year. So, when I got there, I knew some faces. I was familiar with the structure of the place. Another point would be response. When I emailed a lot of people trying to figure out where to do my practicum. The only positive response I got back was Alex Bowers, who was one of the supervisors here, which was a blessing. The willingness to work. Once I came in and I talked with those guys and I formally introduced myself, had them sign my stuff. They they showed a light about them that was this place was going to be rewarding. So that started my willingness to work there. So I'm just going overall, like an overall basis of what I took away from each of the four increments. The first 15 hours was a lot of learning the system. So it was a lot of me not doing anything major, but learning a lot of stuff. So one particular instance I can think of would be I was taken out to the range to pick up balls, but I was taken out by my coworker Zach Nixon, and Zach Nixon ended up picking up a lot of the balls, but I ended up learning how to do it, and for the rest of the practicum, I did it by myself. Around after 30 hours, I was working a lot with my supervisor. I should say before 30 hours. I was working a lot with my supervisor, so it was a lot of me going out individually with Don or with Joey or with Alex and doing things with them. So one I can think of was I pressed a logo onto a tent because part of the Hackler course is their stitch industry. 45 hours, there was a lot working with carts, which seems small, but the small things that would run the Hackler. There's dusting off the pro shop. There's talking with customers. There's washing off carts and fixing carts, and that's what I ended up doing a lot of around that 45-hour mark. At 60 hours, it was a lot of working with customers. This is what I feel like I am going to take away the most from this experience. I haven't been in an experience where I have to have a lot of customer interaction, and I don't really talk with customers very often. And the Hackler was a shove, like a punch in the face of dealing with customers. There are pretentious customers, and this was an opportunity for me to deal with those. I would greet them, hello, how you doing, and it showed me how to deal with customers a little better. So things I wish I could change. It was a great experience, but there's always things that I could have done better. I would have pushed for bigger jobs and responsibilities. Early on, I was very content with doing what was asked and not really putting myself out there. But now that I look back at it, I really wish I could have. I really wish that I could have done more, and I think it would have made the experience go faster if I had done more. I wish I would have stretched out the practicum. I ended up bottling a lot of it up toward the end, and if I could have, I would have started earlier and got a set schedule for when I was going to come in. I think that would have made things a lot easier. And lastly, I would have asked more questions. One of the best parts of this was learning about the course, and I think if I had asked more questions, I would have learned a lot more. So that's pretty much all I have. One thing I will take away is discipline. I think the Hackler lives and breathes discipline, and that's something that I think I can take forward into any job that I pursue, whether it's the sports field or not.